Hello, Fire Tribe. Welcome to your weekly Oracle messages. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of November, I have a special tarot offer at the sales price going on, and it's a creation as I do every month based on what I feel it's the theme, the main theme, energetically speaking, of this monthly cycle. And we are in Scorpio season, and for me, Scorpio season is all about the sense of empowerment, transformation, and the nature of our desires. And if you would like to know more detail about that specific reading and creation, you can follow the link to the video where I explain with more detail that I will leave down below. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below, and as well my Facebook and Instagram page. So, fire signs. I do feel like the world of ideas and thoughts and is like really in focus here, but in a way that feels like rushed, or there's just like this brainstorm that sometimes for some of you can bring sudden light bulb moments where you're suddenly realizing or seeing something amazing, like having this genius kind of ideas, or having breakthroughs, mental breakthroughs, discoveries, finding solutions in unexpected ways, having a lot of your intuitive energy as well coming in the form of flash kind of thoughts. But for others of you, it's also bringing turmoil. It's like making you rush or precipitate or jumping to conclusions or be a little bit too hasty about the way you speak, the way you direct your energy, right, mentally to others. So some of you fire signs might get into trouble because of the way your mind is working. It's important to breathe in this process of there's so many things you want to do, there's so many things you need to calculate, there's so many things you want to say, but be aware of remaining grounded and kind of like, because I really feel like some of you are really up here. The majority of you are up here all the time, and you need to go back to earth, or practicing grounding techniques for those of you that feel that way can help you remain steady when dealing with that sense of storm or tornado trying to uproot you and trying to take you where you're not meant to go, because some of you might actually be tempted to do things that maybe if you were a little bit more grounded, right, less impulsive, you wouldn't do, or you would do it better. Like again, be mindful that you might not be the most tactful, right, cordial, gentle, energy. You want things your way, I also feel. And some of you, it's like you just, you want things your way because there's a sense of some of you, I feel like some of you have been denied something that you wanted, right, in the recent past, or in a specific experience in your life, of course, and that left kind of I feel for some of you an imprint that is being triggered somehow during this period of time, where maybe from that experience on you decided or you convinced yourself that that would never happen to you again, that sense of not having what you want. So you are willing to again be very determined, very insistent, like to have this very persistence, almost again pushy attitude towards what's not giving you the response or the feedback or whatever you're looking for. Be mindful as well that others don't have the same timing, and I do feel like some of you might get into trouble within your personal relationships because you have a way of you have your own pace, and your pace, fire signs, as usually fire signs indeed have a more fast dynamic energy, and you have your pace but others have theirs. So there can be duels here in personal relationships or even professional, when you don't have, when you're not feeling like in sync. Like, when you are explaining something and the person, you don't get it, and you have to explain it over and over again so they can get. This can be, for some of you, very frustrating. I feel like you want, again, people to keep up with your mind, and your mind is just in a very, again, up in the air kind of vibration. For Sagittarius, you do have this schizophrenia card, which is interesting because I feel some of you Sagittarius are being very rigid. Like, you want to control something here, the direction that I feel like some of you have made a decision and you want to keep yourself, committed to the decision or choice you have made, even though there is in the back of your mind that sense of doubt. Or inside, there might be this internal guidance, this internal voice telling you, wait, maybe you should consider. Maybe you didn't make the choice that you should or that you really wanted to make. So there are questions in the back of your mind, but I feel like some of you Sagittarius are suppressing your doubts because you want to keep yourself focused, or just because you're being intolerant about something. Especially for Sagittarius, that either this is about their professional relationship as well. Professional relationships or circle, or decisions that affect your financial and professional life. I do feel like, in particular for those decisions, you want things to be the way you want. You want things to keep, themselves in alignment with your plan. But I'm feeling like some of you might be advised to do something. If during this week, Sagittarius, someone advises you something, someone guides you, maybe in a different way, that asks you to be willing to let go a little bit of your control issues, in whatever way this guidance or advice is, just consider that maybe there's this other way or this other side that you're not kind of contemplating. I also feel like for some of you Sagittarius, you don't it's like you don't want to listen to the other's point of view. Like, you might be in relationships or in associations where, again, you have a way of doing things, you have a way of seeing situations, and this other person you're dealing with has a different temperament, has a different nature, and I'm feeling like you're not being willing to be in their shoes, like in their point of view, being able to see from their perspective. Or it could be that you are feeling that others are being very intolerant to you and not capable of seeing you, not capable of seeing you and your thoughts and your decisions and your ways from their own side. So there's a sense of dual here as well. Duals, differences, big. And I feel like for some of you, there are indeed big differences that maybe you're trying to, like, how you say, like, you're trying to go beyond those differences, right? And maybe push for something to work that maybe is just, it can't work because it's like opposite worlds. There's something as well for some of you like this. For Aries want to go on an adventure. You have the card adventure here, and I do feel like this week presents a chance for you to go after something that, brings a very welcomed angle of color, promise, inspiration into your life. And I say that because I feel like you're leaving a dark phase or a dark period where you didn't see the light, you didn't see the way towards something. And this way could be manifested as well for some of you in opportunities of learning something new, a new skill, a new employment, or just a new activity that inspires you. And I feel like out of the three that I've just, out of the three fire signs, you are the one that, if you want, you can have your foot in the ground. So grounding, the grounding techniques and the grounding exercises that I was saying initially could really be good for you, because I feel like some of you are getting rewards. Kind of, it's like you have went through this very dark and unknown portal of some sorts. It could have been because of your studies, or you. I feel like some of you have terminated jobs, relationships, associations, even again people, some of you Aries that have been in school or trying to learn something and it was not working out, or working in somewhere and it was not working out. Whatever it is that you have terminated, and you've done that like how you say it? It's like a shot in the dark. And you had to trust the unknown. You had to trust the dark phase that beginnings take. I feel like you're going to be compensated, because maybe you're going to see, the silver lining of something, or the result of taking that risk. For some of you that indeed took risks to leave situations that were not working for you anymore. I feel like Aries, your energy this week presents this letting go of frustrations, bitterness, anger, dark feelings. So for those that have just that, this message is just about Aries that have been feeling down. Things are brightening up. Things are looking up as being much more interesting than they have been so far. For Leos, I do feel like Leos might have a sudden realization of some sorts when dealing specifically with personal relationships, and you might not really like what you see. I feel like there might be breakups for some of you Leos, or a chance of a big, again, kind of problem shaking the foundation of a relationship. For Leos that have been in relationships where there has been a lot of projections, a lot of expectations of what each other are or are not or should be, trying to push or make someone again fulfill those expectations or be someone they're not. I think that you're freeing yourself from the weight and the burden that certain relationships have took with you, or that energy of weight has been a part of the dynamic in ways that have started to create problems for your own self. Like, I feel like some of you Leos that have been in relationships that have asked you to make sacrifices that go beyond like they touch on things that are sacred to you, like things that we shouldn't have to sacrifice to be with someone. I feel like some of you have made sacrifices. You have worked hard to be with someone or to be in this connection that some of you have, and it's just either temporarily failing, or you are acknowledging that there's something about this connection that needs a lot of work and healing and change to make it, be in that state of unity that some of you want it to be. So the Thunderbolt is like the Tower energy. There can be unexpected drastic changes or a moment of certain realization that, again, it invades this mental space of you and of yours, and you just get somehow overwhelmed with the truth of how something is. I feel like this is for Leos, that this is not about relationships, and even for those that is, I feel like it's all about the truth of something. Like, you were seeing something with this misty, foggy kind of smoke, like smoked mirrors energy. You have not been seeing something or someone clearly. And whatever has been confusing, or just, again, very scattered, you will see a side of a situation that you didn't expect to see, that you didn't maybe expect as well to be the way that it is. And I feel like it's going to be a liberating moment, actually. For some of you, it's more liberating than damaging, but of course, it depends on your personal situations and the way as well you are attached to it. So, I hope you have a great week. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully, we'll see each other soon.